Hi, Michael Cheney on GetMomentumTV.com, helping you get what you want in no time, every time. On today's episode, we're going to be speaking all about passion. What is passion? Why is passion so important? And how can you find your passion in life? What we're going to do today is actually go through a couple of questions. You'll see I've got these here sent in. I've been asking you to ask me questions. You can go and ask me a question up there. There's a link, ask Michael a question. There's also a link over that way to go and ask me a question as well. I answer all these questions personally, and some of them I'll actually handpick and go through on one of the episodes like this. Now, I will obviously maintain your anonymity, so don't worry about giving your name. I'm not going to read out your name, your email address, or your credit card number, or any of that stuff. So let's get started. Talking about passion, this question made me realize, how important passion is. So let's just go through it. It's from Simon C. Anonymity has been kept in place. Simon C says, why is it that I can do a lot of wonderful things for others? Of course, I am being paid, but when it comes to my own business, I can't get that energy, that momentum and motivation towards it. Am I stuck in the employee or freelancer mindset? I will do more for others than myself. Well, this is a great question. It's just a fact of life that as people, we quite often are willing to do more for others than we are for ourselves. We'll go out, we'll help other people, we'll go that extra mile, we'll give, loads and loads of energy and put momentum into helping other people. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't always treat ourselves with the same respect. It's just one of those kind of reasons of kind of facts of life almost. But that's not a great answer, is it? It doesn't really help this guy Simon. So what I would say to you, Simon, is that really what you need to do is tap into your passion. When you find your passion, what you're actually passionate about, you'll find it's a lot easier to get more done, to get up earlier, stay up later, just get more out of life. When you're actually juiced about it, when you're really excited about something, when you found your passion, you'll easily give just as much to yourself as you do for other people. And the key to finding that passion is just to look back. What makes you happy? What do you find yourself smiling when you're doing, or what do you enjoy doing most? Maybe what dreams did you have as a child? Maybe you're not going to be a spaceman or a train driver, right? But what dreams did you have as a child? Is there anything that's related to what you could be doing now? Have you been forced into a job or forced into a career by family members or friends, or just kind of circumstances or fate? What you need to do is ask yourself a question, and the question is this. The question is, what would you do if you won the lottery and bought all the toys, all the houses, you'd done all the travelling, and after that, what would you do to actually be happy? Okay, if you bought everything that you could, you'd been everywhere that you could go, what would you actually do in your time, in your spare time, to be happy? Once you've answered that question, ask yourself this: why aren't you doing it now? Why not save yourself all that heartache and all that time and trouble and energy of going through that, and start doing that thing now that makes you happy? What would you ultimately do if money was no object, if time was no object, if skills were no object, if circumstances and fate and upbringing and background and your race and colour and size and age, if all of that was irrelevant, what would you do? Answer that right now, and then ask yourself, why don't I do that now? Why don't I start doing some of that now, or at least incorporating some of it into your life? That is how to try and nail down what you're actually passionate about. Okay, let's move on. It brings me up to another question been sent in this time by Brian from the States. Brian says, I currently am at the start of a new business. I have thought it through in my head, put ideas down on paper, and have made a list of things to do. The problem is that it seems like a lot to do. It's overwhelming, and right now I feel like I won't be able to do it by myself. How do I defeat these types of thoughts and gain traction in my new business venture? Another great question, and it's a challenge a lot of people face when you're starting out in a new venture, whether it's a business venture, new employment, a new relationship, settling into a new area, whatever it is. It can be overwhelming at first because there's so many opportunities, so many different avenues, streets, roads, routes that you can take. It's not like a crossroads, it's like a star road. We've got so many different options that you can actually go around. So what I would say to you, Brian, and to everybody, if you're in this situation where you're feeling overwhelmed, It's just a start. Okay, don't focus on the how. Focus on the now. Don't worry about how something's going to get done. Just start doing it. You know, do that list today. Write that business plan today. Make that phone call today. You know, clear out that closet today. Whatever the small chunk is that you can do today, do it today. Just start. Because remember, success is not won by wondering how, but rather by working in the wonder of now. So don't worry too much about how to do something. Just get off and start doing it. Okay, that's the end of today's episode. What I want to quickly tell you before you disappear is that you can use any of these videos on your website. I would please implore you to do that. It's going to help me obviously get traffic. It's going to help you because you're helping the people on your website using these tactics. They're going to reward you and thank you for sharing this information. How do you do that? Simple. Go down there beneath this video and click on menu. Okay, click on menu and then you'll get some options, and one of the options says embed. So click on menu at the bottom of this video. A menu of options will then appear, and somewhere near the top middle of those options is a word that says embed. If you click on that embed, it gives you the entire code that you just copy and paste into your website or into your blog, and you can have this video working as you see it right now on your own website or on your own blog. You can do that with any of the videos that I'm publishing up here. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and remember, it only takes a moment to create momentum.